Okay, this video tutorial looks at the mathematical strand of patterns and algebra, and more specifically, we're going to focus on collecting like terms. Okay, so remember that we talked about a term, or a like term, sorry, being a term that has the same variable to the same power. So for example, we talked about 3a and a being like terms because they both have an a and it's both to the same power. Or we talked about b squared and 2b squared being like terms because they are both b and they're both to the power of 2. Now, when we have like terms, we can actually collect them and group them together. This allows us to simplify by adding or subtracting. So if you look at these examples here, we've got 3a take a plus 2a gives us a total of 4a. And we get this because if we think about it like numbers, we have 3 take 1 plus 2. And we know that 3 take 1 plus 2 is 4. Therefore, 3 apples take away 1 apple. Remember that a is simply 1a. And then we add 2 apples in. That gives us 4 apples. Okay, so let's have a look at some example questions here. It says simplify the following by collecting like terms. Well, the first thing we need to do is identify the like terms. In our first question, we've got positive 4a and negative 2a. They both have the variable of a to the same power, so they are the like terms. So that leaves us with 3a squared and positive 6 on both ends. Now all we need to work out is what positive 4a take 2a actually is. Well, if we've got 4 apples and we take away 2 apples, that leaves us with 2 apples. So now our answer would be 3a squared plus 2a plus 6. In our next expression, now remember these are expressions because they don't have an equal sign. Alright, so in our next expression we have like terms of positive 2a and negative 6a. So that leaves us with a 3. And then we have positive 2a take 6a is actually negative 4a. And we have a plus 7. Now, this isn't quite finished because 3 is a number and 7 is a number. They are like terms. They don't have a variable, right, but we can add and subtract them. So 3 plus 7 gives us 10, and we're left with negative 4a. In our last example, we have some like terms here where we've got a to the power of 2, but we've also got some other like terms where we've got basic numbers, and we can simplify this. 3a squared plus 4a squared, so we have 3a squared plus 4a squared, and then we have minus 6 plus 6. Now the minus 6 and the plus 6 actually cancel each other out because that gives us 0. So this just leaves us with 7a squared. Okay, so here are some practice questions I'd like you to have a go at. Please feel free to pause the video, have a go at simplifying the expressions by collecting the like terms. When you think you've got the right answers, continue on the video and we'll check and see how you went. Okay, so in our first expression, we had the like terms of 6b and minus 3b. So that left us with 3a to the power of 3. We had a minus 2 that came straight down, but when we collected negative 3b plus 6b, that gave us an overall result of plus 3b. So our expression that we're left with ends up being 3a to the power of 3 plus 3b take 2. Our next question, we had the like terms of 2c and 7c. So this gives us 3a take 4b plus 9c. And in our last expression, we had a couple of like terms here. We've got 3a squared and minus 7a squared, which gives us an overall value of minus 4 a squared. And then we had, let's use a different color, minus 6 and minus 10 gives us minus 16. So overall, we would have had minus 4a squared minus 16.